today's video, I'm going to be talking about my 8 favorite books of 2022. My all-time favorite book of 2022 was called How to Do the Work by Dr. Nicole LaPara. I would say that this book is perfect for someone who's gone through complex trauma throughout their childhood and now they're entering into adulthood and they're starting to realize that they don't know who they are. This book talks about finding out who you are as a person and how to really engage your authentic self. This book walks you through the fight, flight, freeze, and fawn trauma response stages, attachment styles, how to set boundaries, and the field of epigenetics. Epigenetics is a new emerging field of study. It teaches about how our behaviors and our environments can alter the way our genes work. This book includes journal prompts, research-based literature. The author also has a doctorate in clinical psychology and psychoanalysis. If you are witnessing behaviors about yourself that you would like to change and you're willing to do the work, this book is perfect for you. Our next book is called Self-Esteem. It's by Matthew McKay and Patrick Fanning. It talks about when and how our self-esteem is formed, what childhood experiences can damage or permanently alter our self-worth, what cognitive distortions are and how to identify and cope with them, as well as how low self-esteem can be detrimental to our adult lives. I would say this was one of the most transformative books I read in 2022, and the information in this book, it's so abundant. Our next book is called Treating Family of Origin Problems by Richard Bedrosian and George Bozicas. It talks about the characteristics of dysfunctional families, different modalities of therapy such as cognitive behavioral therapy, family and marital therapy, psychotherapy, etc. It talks about how our cognitive, emotional, and behavioral states are all intertwined. This book is very detailed and complex, but it delivers the information in a way where it's easily digestible. The next book is called Surviving and Thriving with an Invisible Chronic Illness. This is by Elena Jacqueline. This book covers how having an invisible chronic illness can impact our physical, social, and mental well-being. It covers topics such as shame, guilt, medical gaslighting, medical trauma, accommodations, disability, resources. This book is great if you've been newly diagnosed with a chronic illness. I have had a chronic illness practically my entire life, so most of the information in the book I already knew. However, it is extremely beneficial to someone who's just been diagnosed. This book offers insight into life with a chronic illness, as well as advice and resources to those who have a chronic illness or disability. The author speaks from her personal experiences with a rare autoimmune disease as well as dysautonomia, which is one of the conditions that I struggle with. The author does an amazing job of explaining such complex and emotionally based topics. I would recommend this book to anyone who lives in the United States. The reason for this is the resources in the back of the book are mostly US based. However, I would recommend this book to anybody with a chronic illness. The next book was called The Disability Experience by Hannah Laura Leavitt. This paragraph was taken directly from the back of the book. It says, people with disabilities have the same aspirations for their lives as you do yours. The difference is that people with disabilities don't have the same access to education, employment, housing, transportation, and healthcare in order to achieve their goals. In the disability experience, you will meet different kinds of disabilities. You'll begin to understand the way people with disabilities have been ignored, reveled, and marginalized throughout history. This book also celebrates the triumphs and accomplishments of people with disabilities and shares the powerful stories of those who have fought for change. I was originally drawn to this book when I saw it at the local library. I am a mobility aid user and I saw someone with a wheelchair on the front cover and I thought, oh my gosh, like this does not happen very often. Oftentimes, people with disabilities are left out of mainstream media. A common feeling in the disability community is the feeling of being a burden, or not feeling welcome by society, or feeling gaslit or dismissed by the medical field. This book aims to shed light on the unique experience that people with disabilities face. I absolutely loved reading this book, and I would love if this book would be required to read throughout American school districts. The next book was called Where Have All the Birds Gone? This was by Rebecca Hirsch. Since 1970, nearly 30% of all bird populations have disappeared. This book talks about the main causes of the decline in the bird population. Personally, I love bird watching. It's something that I can still do and accomplish even with my chronic illness. This book was extremely insightful into our world's climate crisis and how it impacts bird species. This book helps the reader discover the vast impacts that birds have on ecosystems, food chains, and even our communities. You will learn about what scientists are doing to help the bird population, as well as what's going on in the environmental sciences field. Our last book is called The Riviera House by Natasha Lester. The cool thing about this book was that it was dual timeline. One part of the book was set in Paris, 1939. It follows Elaine and her family during World War II. She is betrayed by the man that she loves. She finds herself as an undercover spy trying to stop the Nazis from stealing famous artworks. The second part of the book is in present day. It follows Remy, who mysteriously inherits a house on the French Riviera. Inside this house, she finds a catalog of stolen artworks from the Nazis during World War II. Inside the art catalog, she finds a painting that's been hung inside her room her entire childhood. She sets out on a journey to find out who her family really is because she's adopted and she doesn't know her birth parents. Although this book is fiction, the author carefully researched the events that took place during World War II. Some of the characters are also based off of real people. I was able to learn more about art history during World War II by reading this book. Before reading this book, I had no idea that much artwork, that much precious artwork, was stolen during World War II by the Nazis. This was my first time reading a dual timeline book, and the author wrote it in a way where the stories play off of each other. And I never really felt like I was confused while reading this book, even though it was switching back and forth between 1939 and present day. This was a page turner. I finished it in 2 days. Absolutely love this book. The past couple years have been a rocky and hard time for all of us in this world, and I have found a sense of comfort from reading, and I hope that you guys are able to find that same comfort through reading that I did. Let me know below, what are your favorite books? What was your favorite book that you read last year? Do you like to visit your local libraries? I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye!